Hello, and welcome to another Monday morning live stream. So, today we're going to be talking about some of my top tips for creating a social media content plan for your business. So, while we're just waiting for everybody to join, for those that are watching live, please do say hello, introduce yourselves, give us a wave. And ask lots of questions. If you've got any questions throughout this live stream, please do just give us a shout. So today I'm going to be sharing some of my top tips on what I think you should be thinking about when you're creating a content plan. Okay. Oh, hi, Amanda. Thanks for saying hello. Hello. Hi, Louise. Nice to see you. Just waiting for a few more to join. And then we're going to be starting to talk about content ideas. So if you are watching live, tell us what business you're from. Share a link in the chat. It would be great to know what business you're from and what you do. So please do feel free to promote yourselves. Again, this live stream is brought to you through the Social Flock. Now I've just had a Facebook user, someone's walking. Is that, am I guessing that might be Alex going on a walk again today, taking me on a walk? I was taken on a walk last week live, which was fabulous. Oh, hi, Sam. Nice to see you. Hello, and welcome. Right, okay, so today we're going to be talking about what you should be thinking about when you are creating a content plan for your social media. I'm going to be sharing my top tips about what I think you should be thinking about. So again, if you're watching, please do join the chat, introduce yourselves, say hello and where you're from, and it'd be great. We'll give you a shout out. Okay. Right then, so for all of us who are watching, we know that a social media plan is really quite crucial when you are looking to use social media to promote your business. A lot of businesses fall into the trap of using social media as a bit of a tick box exercise, when in actual fact, it's a core tool to your business. And actually, we should absolutely use it to its maximum and really take advantage of our social media platform. Otherwise, what we tend to fall into the trap of doing is just posting content for the sake of posting content because we know we need to post content. And then all of a sudden, by the end of the year, we think, crikey, what exactly did I achieve from that social media malarkey, apart from a lot of stress and a lot of headaches, and I didn't really have a clue what I had to post, but I knew I had to post. Okay, so it's worth thinking about a little bit of a plan. So today I'm going to be taking you through the steps on what you need to be thinking about, and I'm also going to be sharing at the end of this video 2 crucial videos that would be really good to watch as well, that's going to help you with your content strategy for the year. Okay, so the first thing I want you all to do when you are thinking about your social media plan is basically, what do you want to achieve? So number one, what are your business objectives? Okay, what are you hoping to achieve? So basically, this is going to be different for a number of different businesses. It's not the same for everybody. Some businesses might want to raise brand awareness. Some businesses might want to sell directly on social media. Some businesses might want to drive inquiries to the services that they may offer. Some might want to talk about all the charity stuff they do, raise money for charity. Some might want to build themselves as an influencer. Others may want to use it to build trust, to take that extra step for their customers, to showcase what they do, to showcase case studies. Everybody's business objective is different, but I always encourage my clients to basically think about 3 main objectives on why you want to be on your social media. Okay. Oh, hi Claire, nice to see you. So really think about what those might be before you start planning. Okay. So the next step then is, we now know what we want to achieve on our social media. How are we going to measure it? How are we going to measure that we've achieved those business objectives, that we've had a bit of success on our social media, okay? How are you going to measure that success? There's so much data and analytics available on social media. It's a bit difficult to wade through, but you need to think about what data you're capturing that will highlight that you've met your business objectives and you've achieved what you wanted to achieve on social media. Now, I did a great video last week, actually, which talked about key performance indicators and some really good ones and simple ones to track on your social media. And also ones that, quite frankly, are a bit of a waste of time. So again, at the end of this video, I will share a link to that video because it's well worth a look at thinking about what key performance indicators you should be using to measure whether you've achieved those business objectives. And I can tell you now, followers, the number of followers isn't one of them, but you'll have to watch the video to understand why. Okay, so think about how you're going to measure it. So now we all know what our business objectives are. We've got a vague idea of how we're going to measure whether it's been successful or not. So that's great. So, 12 months' time, we'll be able to go, yes, we've met those business objectives. But the next one we need to think about is our customers, our potential clients. What do they want to hear? Okay. Now, this is a really, really important one. What do your customers want to hear? Because as businesses, we always fall into the trap of going into and telling everyone what our services are, what we do, okay? And because it's our business, we often fall into a lot of jargon, a lot of acronyms, and quite frankly, our customers don't have a clue what we're talking about. And I'll give you a really nice example, one which I know where Amanda Bate, I think she's watching live today. She shared this example with me, which I thought was a fabulous example. So let's imagine we're on the market for a new frying pan, and we go to a home exhibition, and we're wanting a new frying pan, and there's two stalls. They've got two frying pans of the same price. The first seller comes up to me and goes, oh, this is a fantastic pan. It's taken 4 years to adapt. It's made from anodized aluminium. The handle's even riveted to the pan. Okay. And she's so enthusiastic. Absolutely phenomenal. Okay. So we go on to see the next seller, and he comes along and he goes, oh, well, this pan has got a fantastic lightweight feel to it. Really easy for flipping those pancakes. We've also got an innovative coating, which is non-stick, which means you don't have to use as much oil when you're cooking, which means it's a lot healthier for you. So which pan are you going to choose? Okay, so you're going to choose, put it in the comments, which pan would you choose? The anodized aluminium one that took 4 years to create, or one that's going to use less oil to help our health and is really lightweight so we can flip our pancakes more easily. Those two examples are examples of one, we're talking about the features. It took 4 years to develop. It was amazing. Anodized aluminium. Well, quite frankly, as a customer, I'm not really bothered about what it's made of and how long it took to develop. I just want to know whether it will do what I want it to do. Whereas the second example really sold the customer what they wanted to hear. Okay, and we had a fantastic discussion in the social flop last week about exactly this, where some of our members were developing social media content, social media posts, talking about these fantastic features, when in actual fact, it's not necessarily what the customer wants to hear. The customer wants to hear the end outcome. How's it going to make their lives more easy? Okay, so when you're thinking about these posts and you write something on there and you go, oh, it's made from anodized aluminium. Why is that important to your customer? Okay, is it cheaper? Is it lighter, etc., etc.? And if it's lighter, why is that important to your customer? Why is it important to have a lightweight pan? Well, because it's easier to lift, isn't it? Why is it important to have an easier to lift pan? Well, it's easier on the wrists. So anything you put in your social media content, think, why would my customer be interested in that? Okay. So Andrew says he's gone for the heavy one. Is that so you can whack people over the head? that is why maybe it's a great tool for doing just that. Thanks. So Andrew's from Wave. Thanks for saying hello. Oh, hi, Anne. Thanks for saying hello. From Treasure Your Wellbeing. Thank you. Again, if you're watching this live, or even if you're watching this on catch up, do put your name underneath and say hello. Okay, then. So now we've thought about what our business objectives are. We've thought about what we want to hear. And Andrew, I'm just smiling. Andrew's just put, he would think if it was light, it was cheap. Ah, that's a really good point. Yeah, lightweight. So again, that's a really good point, actually. If it's lightweight, they might think it's a bit too cheap. So you've got to explain why it's lightweight and that it's not a cheap product. Okay. So think about the next tip then is when we're thinking about our social media content plan is we want to think about research. Okay, doing a little bit of research. I know businesses are just like, I haven't got time to do research, but actually it's really important when we think about our social media content. You've got to research what worked last year. Yeah. Look back over the last 12 months and just have a quick look over some of your posts. Have a look at which post did really well. Which of those posts reached the most people? Which of those posts got the most amount of comments? Which of those posts drove sales? Whatever your business objective is, which of those posts actually achieved what they were intended to do? They actually met. Which of those posts met some of your business objectives? Okay, so do a little bit of research. Go back, see those posts, dig them out, make a note of them. And if you don't have anywhere to put them, I do have a social media content planning toolkit where you can record all your popular posts for reference. Again, I will share the link in that if you're interested. I will share that link towards the end of the video. But basically make a note of it. Then what you can do is you can look through all those posts that you've created and repurpose them. I don't want you to repost them as they are, because the social media platforms will know that. I want you to think about repurposing them. If that did well, do something similar. There's no point reinventing the wheel. Do something similar. And also look at which posts didn't do very well. Go back through last year and go, well, that post didn't do well. That post didn't do well. That was a bit of a waste of time. And sometimes I look through mine and actually the post that I've spent the longest time on, maybe it took ages creating a really nice image, or spent ages thinking about the text. Those are often the ones that really don't do very well. So go back and have a look at those and have a think about it. Okay, so do research. You can also do a little bit of research into what your competitors are doing or similar sectors to you. Have a look what posts they're posting out and have a look to see which posts are getting the most engagement. Again, it will give you ways of thinking of what type of content you can put on your social media that will potentially resonate with your target market. Okay. And if you want to find some ideas on how to find social media content, I did another video about 5 ways to find social media content ideas. And again, I will share that video at the end and the link at the end of this live stream. Okay, so we've done a bit of research. Now, can we all think what the final thing to do is? We've got our business objectives. We know how we're going to measure it. We're thinking about what our customer wants to hear. We've done a bit of research on what works well. Well, the final thing then is to think about planning a bit of a content plan. And why is a content plan so important? Well, simply because we get busy, don't we? We all get really busy doing the job, and social media is not likely to be your highest priority. Okay, you need to be serving your customers, you need to be selling your products and things like that, you need to be out and about developing stuff. We've got so many priorities that sometimes social media is not one of them, and it can fall behind, and before we know it, we've not done any content for 3 weeks, which is highly detrimental to our social media strategy, because those social media platforms will not give us very much visibility if we're not consistent. Okay, so we need to plan it out. We need to have a think about what type of content we're going to be putting out each week, each month. What have we got coming up in the business that we need to promote? And really create a really simple plan, excuse me, with bullet points or something like that, to say, right, this month I need to be talking about X, Y, Z. Making sure that each week I'm mentioning this and each week I'm mentioning this. Okay. So just creating a simple plan will massively take the pressure and the stress away from your social media content. Okay, so really do think about that. And again, I have a digital social media content planning toolkit where you can create a basically monthly plan saying this is what we're going to post out every month, how often, what we're going to talk about, and you can just write it on a plan. You can print it out, write it on, or you can fill it in online as well. And then there's a weekly planner that you can print out and just make notes on to say, oh, today I'm going to mention that our frying pan is brilliant for flipping pancakes. Friday, I'm going to do a little video of actually flipping pancakes, and just noting on what you're going to talk about, any exhibitions or anything you're going to, you can highlight on that calendar to say, oh, I could do a post about that on Friday. So that's really, really important. If we don't have social media content plan, then it really does make our lives a bit more difficult, particularly when we are very busy. Okay. So in summary, what we want to be doing is basically thinking about our business objectives. Yeah. Thinking about how we are going to measure those business objectives. Thinking about what our customers want to hear. And also researching what worked well last year. And then start thinking about planning and develop a simple plan. And again, I'll put a link here in the comments, which will take you to a really simple digital toolkit that I sell. It's just $24.99. Then you can fill it all in here and it's dead simple. So if you are thinking about planning your social media content, those are the main steps I would suggest you take. So again, if you've enjoyed this, please do give us a thumbs up. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please do subscribe to my channel, where I share lots of social media content tips and ideas every week. And again, if you're struggling with social media consistency, you need a bit of accountability, and you really need to get your ducks in a row when it comes to social media, then come and join the Social Flock, which is basically a support group where we all work together on our social media content and make sure it's going out every week, and it's only £45 a month to join. So if you'd like to come part of the flock and join Barbara here, she's our group mascot, then please do message me and I can give you some more details about how we join the flock. So thank you everybody for watching. Please do post any comments if you're watching this on catch up and I will come back to them. And I will be back next week, as usual, live at 12:30, sharing some more tips and advice on social media. So thank you everybody for watching, and we will see you next week at 12:30. Thanks, everybody. Bye.